Hi guys, my name is Monique Abu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you all how to wrap a bra cup. If that's something you're interested in watching, let's dive into this tutorial together. You know the drill.
So for this tutorial, you need your fabric, you need your marker, it's optional. You need your chalk, your tape rule, your bra cup, and your scissors. For the bra cup, we're starting off with this pink fabric. So you're just going to fold your fabric into two. You make sure it is 10 inches long. So all you need to do is to fold it again, so that will give you 4 pieces. Just make sure it is straight. So you can see I folded my fabric into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to use a free hand method from the tape to where it stops, to where the fabrics end. I'm just going to cut it just to form a circle. After cutting it, it should look like this. So I realized that my circle is very big. So it's not necessary you use 10 inches, you can use 5, 6. I already used 10 inches for this one. This is how it should look like. Then you notch the middle part. You notch it to find the middle part. Then you open it like this. You measure your 1 inch at both sides. Then all you need to do is just to slant it to this middle part. So just slant it in a curvy way, like so. The next thing I'm going to do is just to sew it. So this is how it looks like after sewing it. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to trim off these edges with my scissors. I've already trimmed off the excess edges. So the next thing I'm going to do is to open it and iron it. This is how it looks like, so I'm just going to iron it. So this is how it looks like after I've ironed this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to turn it to the wrong side. I'm going to notch my bra cup like this and like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to find the middle part of my bra cup and the middle part, this joining of the material. So I'm just going to fold it and pin it. That was a lot. Okay, so just going to pin it around. Okay. Just pin it carefully. Nobody is rushing you. So after pinning it round, it should look like this. That line effect is there. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to sew it round. I'm just going to sew it round. This is how it should look like. Can you see? It should look like this. Can you see it? So the next thing I'm going to do is to cut it. Okay. So I'm just going to trim it in a nice way. This is how it should look like. So I've already cut out the lining to cover the inner part of the brow cup, and you can see that the circle is a bit smaller than the previous one I used. So please do not use 10 inches to cut out your fabric for the brow cup. Just use like 5 inches, 4 inches. Just make it look smaller. Both place the right sides together, then make sure that this middle stitch is facing the middle stitch on the lining. So you are just going to place both right sides together and pin it. So after pinning it, the next thing I'm going to do is to run a stitch. So I'm going to sew it from this part to this part. So I'm just going to sew it. Next thing I'm going to do is just to trim off this fabric. So this is what I'm going to use to turn to cover the inner part of the bra cup. Can you see it? So the next thing I'm going to do is to top stitch. I'm just going to top stitch. So after top stitching it, this is how it should look like. So the next thing I'm going to do is to just push it through like this. This is the top stitch area, so I'm just going to push it through inside. So it will just look neat. So the next thing I'm going to do is to press it down like this, then pin it. So after using the pin to secure it, this is how it should look like. Do you get? So the top stitch area is not showing, it's showing at the inner part of the bra cup. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to sew it round. So guys, after sewing it round, I trimmed off the excess edges, and this is how it looks like. This is the outer part of the bra cup, and this is the inner part of the bra cup. So if you realize, the middle stitch is facing the middle stitch of the lining. So this is how it looks like. So this is how to wrap your bra cup. So for your pleated bra cup, you need to cut 2 pieces of fabric. You need the first one to cover the outer part of your fabric, and you need the second one to cover the inner part of your fabric. So that's what you're going to use to pleat the fabric on your bra cup. I'm just going to place my bra cup like this way, and pleat the fabric on my bra cup. Just going to plait it like this. Actually, you should leave at least 1.5 inch at the outer part. Just going to put it like this. And pin it. Keep pleating. This is how my bra cup looks like after pleating my fabric on it. You can see the pleated effects there. So after sewing it round, I'm just going to cut out the excess fabric from it carefully. So this is how my bra cups look like after trimming it. So you can see it's already pleated on my bra cup. After trimming off the excess fabric, I'm just going to take my tailor, and it's quite big, but I like it this way, so I'm just going to place it this way and iron carefully. After ironing my bra cup with my tailor's arm, I'm just going to place the right side of my fabric. I'm just going to place it on the cup and pin it. So after pinning it, you're just going to sew it from this end to this end. So after sewing it, I'm just going to flip it over to the right side and top stitch. I'm just going to sew a stitch here, a very close stitch at the edge. I'm going to top stitch it. So I went ahead to my sewing machine to top stitch it. So this is how it looks like. So I'm just going to flip it over to the right side and pin it. Make sure that this top stitch area is showing in the inner part of your bra cup. After pinning it, I'm just going to take it to my sewing machine and sew it round. So after sewing it round, I'm just going to trim off the excess threads and fabric.
So guys, this is the final result of the wrapped bra cups. If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up, share my videos, like my videos, engage in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notification bell so you can know anytime I upload a new video. Bye guys, see you in my next video.